Hey beauties, and welcome back to IAmBeautifulHustlerTV. As you can see from the beginning of this video, we are back with another install, and today it will be a middle part lace closure quick weave install on Momma Hustler. Now today's hair is sponsored by Eayonhair. They sent me over these beautiful, and I mean beautiful, thick top to bottom 26-inch bundles with a 5x5 HD lace closure. So today we're going to do a quick weave middle part lace closure install. But before we get into that, I just want to show you guys quickly how I plucked out the closure. Now I knew I was going to do a middle part regardless, so I just went ahead and kind of pre-parted the lace closure down the middle. And I'm just going to show you guys quickly how I pluck the closure. So I'm just going to part off the front part, and I'm going in with my tweezers, and I am plucking behind the hairline. Now the hair is wet. You can pluck wet if you want, but just be mindful that when you pluck when it's wet, it's easier to pull the hairs out. So you want to be a little more mindful when you are plucking the hair when wet, because it's easy to make a bald spot. But if you are plucking dry, you would just have to pluck, just a tad bit harder. But nevertheless, the hair is still wet from me bleaching the knots and toning them. And I'm just going in with that tweezers and parting off section by section behind the hairline and just plucking, going straight back in one direction. And just don't stay in one spot for too long. That way you prevent from putting holes in your lace. So just, take your time and do it. You can comb it back, check your work. And if you feel like you need to go back in, then, go back in until you get your desired hairline look. But nevertheless, I'm going to show you in detail on one side, and then we'll work our way to the other side of the closure. And I'm just plucking the other side as usual, just repeating the same steps so I didn't go in full detail. But now it's time to get into the install, and here is the foundation. First, I did my nude cap to be able to have my closure placement area, and then I went on top of that nude cap with the black cap, and I did like a trail of glue around the closure area, and sew down the rest of it using needle and thread. So that's why you see one nude cap and one black cap. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut the thick tabs off the side, not completely off the side of the closure, but just about an inch down. That way when we do the baby hairs, it will be like the baby hairs would be more seamless on the sides versus having that thick barrier. And once I go ahead and do that, we will go in with our Ruby Kisses foundation. For Momma Hustler, I'm using a level 16 palette, just a mixture of both. The same color that I will use for myself, or that I always use for myself if I'm not using palette number 15. And I'm just applying both of those foundations, a mixture on the inside of that lace closure as well as the front of that lace closure as well. As I mentioned before in one of my previous videos, sometimes even if you use your exact color, you can still get like a lighter cast, and that's why I go in with the exact color and also a shade darker to give it the perfect mix to make sure you are giving melt in skin. Okay, so of course y'all know we're using a lace mid adhesive. And just a quick little announcement, you guys, my restock is on Halloween, so please make sure you guys tune in to the restock so you do not miss out. Also, if you would like to purchase the adhesive in advance, then go ahead and join our $4.99 monthly subscription on my Instagram at Beautiful Hustler. That way you can be part of my subscribers, and it is, you know, cancel at any time, so you can cancel the membership whenever you want to, but you can subscribe and you will get some of the luxuries of purchasing products before the release date. Okay, so with that being said, I am going in with my lacement adhesive, and I did 3 layers today for the closure install. So once that last layer is clear, we will go ahead and place that closure down, and I'm going to, you know, blow dry it a little bit, comb it in, and then have her hold it as I sew around the edges. And I am using a white thread, that way when she do take out her install, she can just cut the thread easily, because it'll be more visible. But however, you want to make sure that you are stretching that closure out to the fullest it can be stretched. That way you can ensure that your closure will be super flat. But also, you know, the main key to having a flat closure install is the foundation. Make sure your foundation underneath, meaning your braid down, is super flat, and that will ensure you or aid you, give you that extra push into having that super flat closure install. But once you have that flat foundation, still go in and stretch that closure out as much as you can and sew it down, okay? And I know my stitches ain't the prettiest, but the closure is gonna be flat, and that's all that matters, and that's on period. That I have sewed that closure completely down, I'm just going to add a little wax stick in between the parting area before I actually just kind of clip it up and get into the quick weave part. But y'all already know, when it comes to doing my quick weave, I double weft my tracks. I know some of you feel like it's hard, but I promise you guys, it is super easy. Just be patient and just keep trying, and it makes your process so much faster. Like, it literally took me exactly 1 hour to do this install, and that's with recording and trying to be mindful of my angles and checking the camera and all of that stuff and making sure we're still in frame. But if I was just doing this normally without recording y'all, I would have been done in like 30-45 minutes, okay? Because I usually always do the closure first and the rest is much faster. But nevertheless, I'm gonna show y'all the back view. I'm using my 30-second pro and also my pump it up spritz. And when I do the double wefting, y'all, first thing I do is unravel the bundle and I keep it double. Do not unravel it all the way until it's single. Keep it doubled and just measure and cut. And when you cut, you're cutting both tracks. And when you're placing that glue, you're placing the glue on one track at a time. So I did my first track, I'm doing my second track, and you want to actually place the tracks one underneath the other, not directly on top of each other, but one directly underneath the other. And then you go ahead and place it where you measured it and just pressly, firmly press. Add a little spritz for extra security. You can blow dry if you like, but with that 30-second pro, it is much faster. But I'm going to continue to do the same thing all the way up to the top. Double weft measure, cut the track, apply the glue to each track, lay one underneath the other, and then lay it down. And when you do this method, you guys, as I mentioned before in my Fall For Me series, the first video with the bob, the reason why I double weft, because one, it makes your process faster, and you can also get more hair in versus you just doing one single weft. So that's a few benefits of doing that double weft, and that's why I highly recommend it. If you can get it, just try it, guys. But you can get it, trust me. It is very, very simple. But I'm just gonna go ahead and stop talking now and let y'all watch me just double weft till I get to the top. And now I'm at the top, and I'm still going to do the same thing. Just keep double wefting the tracks until I get to the very, very last track around the head, and I kind of just face it forward so you can see. But guys, let's get into this lace. The fact that I have not even cut the lace off yet and you do not see it, this is how you know when you got some real true HD lace, okay? So shout out to Eayonhair. This hair is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. As I was applying the bundles, I'm like, dang, this hair is so silky. It's so thick and full. And I do have all three 26 inches. So it's 3 bundles of 26 inch. And I just absolutely love the fullness, the shininess, the sleekness. Just like this hair gave exactly what it's supposed to give. And I love the HD lace closure. Y'all know we love us a good HD lace, especially a 5x5 closure. That way you have way more parting space, okay? But however, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this last track all the way around, and then we're gonna get into laying down that top part where that's clips. We're gonna hot comb that down, cut the lace, erase off the extra lace, and finish tacking down the closure. And to make sure that I really, get this thing nice and sleek, I am using my Fantasia's heat protectant. Y'all know I already went in with the Glam Stick and applied it in the hair at the roots. So I'm just going in with the Fantasia more so towards the, the actual hair part. So I'm going to hot comb the roots down first. And then I'm going in with the flat iron and just flat iron to close your hairs out. That way, before we finish completely silk pressing the whole head and all of that, it would pretty much be, the foundation would be pretty much set, and we just got to clean up the part and silk the rest of the hair out. But I'm going to continue to part the hair out of Fantasia's heat protectant, press it out with the hot comb from the roots, flat iron it, and then that's when we would get into cutting the lace and tacking down the rest of the closure. Momma hair is looking good and sleek, y'all. We're not even finished as of yet, okay? But now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get her middle part together. So I'm gonna go in with my skinnier rat tail comb. I don't really like to use the thicker rat tail comb for the parting part. I like to just use the skinniest tail that I have to do my parting. And once I get my parting all into place and organized and everything like that, I will go back in with some wax stick and apply it around the parting area to make it super flat. Like the install is flat, honey. Yeah. So once I do that, then I will go ahead and cut that extra lace and slide the glue under the tips of the closure. I pretty much kept all of the pre-pluckedness and the part that I plucked on the closure today. I didn't really cut none of the hair off because it was just like in the right placement and everything like that. So, I just kept all the lace because it was pretty, and that's just what it is. And of course, a very important step, make sure you make your horizontal part across the back of the closures just to ensure that you cover all those tracks in the back as well. And y'all see I'm going in with that hot comb and making that thing super flat. But once again, that's why the foundation is key, because if I would have had some big bulky braids, that means her install would have looked big and bulky from the side view, the front view, and the back view, okay? I know y'all hate braiding them down, okay? I know some people hair real thick, and then some people who hair that's naturally thinner. but still braid it down to the point where when you put the cap on, you don't see no lumps, okay? Just get out of laziness. I just got to get out that lazy energy, that lazy spirit, to where you don't feel like doing it, and just do what you got to do. And I promise it makes a big difference in your final look, okay? But now that we have that pre-prepped, I'm just gonna hot comb them the front of that edges part one more time before we go ahead and cut that lace off. I tell y'all the HD lace is HD lace, and listen, honey, I done slit that lace, still don't see it. Cutting it off, still don't see it. Removed it, still don't see it. Like, this is scalped, okay? Scalp, baby. But nevertheless, I'm going in with that adhesive, just slide like maybe 1 or 2 layers under the you know, underneath the edge of that closure, and we're going to push that lace in once it turns clear. And then we're going to pull out this section for our 2 baby hairs, apply that holding spray, and tie it down finally with the melt belt. Because if you're a real beauty, you know I use the melt belt like 2 to 3 times, and I haven't even used it yet. And y'all see we damn near done with the install, but the melt belt is coming. Trust, y'all know how we do. And using that Eayon holding spray, we went ahead and sprayed down the hairline. We waited about 10 minutes. Off camera, I did go ahead and silk press all of the hair. It is super gorgeous. I'm actually going to step back and readjust my camera, y'all. And I know, just shout out to the camera quality, y'all. I've been actually recording my YouTube videos from the back camera. I used to always do it from the front camera so I could see and make sure that I'm, you know, in the frame. But now I just have it where I set it up on the outside and I have them spin themselves around to make sure every angle that they turn, we're still in a frame. And it has been working for me. So shout out to that, okay, to the camera quality, clear as day. But what we're gonna go ahead and do now is just comb out that holding spray, make it soft again at the top, and re-straighten out the part, because I had like reparted it while the melt belt was still on, so I didn't get all the way to the edge of the melt belt. But I'm just going in with a little Fantasia to soften it up, because y'all know that Eayon spray gets hard, okay? Like, it really gets hard, so sometimes you gotta soften it back on up, and that's why I went in with the heating spray as like an oil or whatever. But once I go ahead and get that part crispy straight, we're gonna go ahead and cut the baby hairs, curl them, and swoop them. I just did 2 basic you know, baby hairs, nothing crazy, you know, just very, very simple. So I'm not gonna go too much in detail with that, but I am gonna show you guys enough, at least one side where you could kind of get the hang of it, and do the other side off camera. And then of course, y'all know we're gonna conceal that part and black spray it. So now we went ahead and, you know, got that baby hair situated, nice and sleek, nice and pretty. I went a little closer for y'all to see, and we're just gonna go ahead and curl the other baby hair. And I went ahead and swooped that one off camera because it's just, like I mentioned, repetition. But now that that baby hair is finished and we have everything symmetrical, super neat, okay, melted scalp effect, I'm just going in with that concealer brush one more time and concealing it. Then I'm going to take my High Beams color black spray, and the color black, of course, because it's a black spray, and it's by the brand High Beams. And I'm going to place my thicker rat tail comb, because like I mentioned before, y'all, there's a very skinny one, there's a thick rat tail, and I like to take my thick rat tail, lay it in the parting area, and then I spray around the parting area slowly, because if you mess up, you mess up. But I sprayed that part, made it super clean, and here is the final look. Okay, Mom, we see you, girl. Being real shy, I don't really know how to make, you know, little videos, but y'all just gonna get this content anyway. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you are new, make sure you subscribe, okay? All right, y'all, bye.